Earl, yesterday, and you can lead us off on this one, but Andrew Berry, when he was giving his press conference on Tuesday, alluded to the fact that Deshaun Watson is back rehabbing in Cleveland and is determined to play once again. Kevin Stefanski also said he's shown to be a quick recoverer, was his words, in terms of how quickly he can recover from certain injuries. In Mary Kay's article, she alluded to the fact that once again, Deshaun is determined to play again. Did Andrew Berry open up the door, Earl, for a possible Deshaun Watson comeback in 2025 or 2026, or is that door completely shut in your mind?
He ain't coming back next year.
He ain't coming back next year at all. If he come back in 2026, it won't be for the Cleveland Browns. I don't think there's nothing wrong at all with Deshaun Watson having this this mental belief and this inner courage of wanting to rehab from this injury and resume his NFL career. It just won't be here in Cleveland. I think that people have to understand Deshaun Watson is still a part of this roster, and Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski is not going to do anything to kind of further compromise the integrity with said players, no matter what the performance is on the field. He's a part of this team, and they're going to speak positives about him like he's a part of this team. I think this is the politics in sports that, goes on in the media side of things. He wasn't going to come out and say anything but, positives about Deshaun Watson, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. He wasn't going to come out here and say that, he doesn't heal quickly, or Deshaun Watson doesn't want to play football again, or Deshaun Watson won't be in the plans. I think that's just not how professionals do things. This is just, crossing your T's and dotting your I's. He's a part of this team, and because of that, you're going to hear things like this come out. But as far as, opening up a door for a return, not with the Cleveland Browns. Not this year, not next year, not ever. That's done.
Tyvis.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back to the Cleveland Browns. I think they moved on from that. He definitely ain't coming back for this season. They got that insurance thing that they're going to get. So, yeah, he ain't coming back this season. You could cancel Christmas on that. And then in the year after that, I think really what will happen is it'll get to a point where, they will mutually agree to part ways. And I think for Deshaun and his mindset is that he wants to prove to people this was just a bad situation for him. Things just didn't work out here, but he's still a good quarterback. I think that's so. I get it from an athletic standpoint. Nobody wants to be like, yeah, I'm done, I'm cooked. Nobody want to do that. Everybody want to go out there, especially when you're young like that. He want to go out there and show people I'm still there. I can still be that guy. So. Yeah, I know Deshaun definitely wants to. The problem is, 31 other teams think that. 31 other teams give him an opportunity to come out there and try to be a quarterback again. That I don't know. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
He'll be 31 when he's healthy. He's 29 now. He's not playing. He'll turn 30 in September. So then he would turn 31 with a chance to play again, but it won't be here. Especially, how many times have we talked about this number 2 pick and taking a quarterback? You think they're going to take quarterback and number 2 pick and put him back out there?
No.
Absolutely no chance.
If they take the quarterback.
But if he has to tell himself that to get through this rehab process, I don't blame him.
I don't either.
Tell yourself whatever you have to tell yourself to get through it.
I'm telling you what he's telling himself. Everybody think I'm a bum. Everybody think I'm done. People are he's never going to play another snap in the NFL. In his mind, he watch this.
Yeah.
I'm about to show y'all. I'm getting back.
Hey, whatever it takes.
And I don't have a problem with that. I would do the same thing. I just don't know if 31 other teams is going to say, let's roll the dice and give him a chance.
I don't know what other team in their right mind would bring him in just because of all of the baggage around him. Where at 31 years old, he hasn't been good since 2020. We're now going into 2026. We're talking about 6 years later. Mm-hmm. What NFL team is going to look and say he's worth all of the noise that comes with it for a guy that hasn't been good in 6 years?
The Jacksonville Jaguars did it with Tim Tebow.
Because even if you let's play the other side of the
for
court.
camp, and then they cut him.
So what? Then he got another opportunity.
Urban Meyer loved Tim Tebow.
He got maybe Dabo might go to the NFL by the year.
The baggage is one side of the coin, the other side of the coin.
You just compared Tim Tebow to Deshaun Watson in terms of the character.
The other side of the coin.
They both.
Go ahead, Earl. I'm sorry. Rob. Go ahead.
The other side of the coin is the one side is the baggage. The other side of the coin is this: Deshaun Watson has suffered a torn ACL.
Yep.
He's had the shoulder injury.
2 ACLs.
2 ACLs, the shoulder injury. The Achilles, etc. In the NFL, though, the NFL really stands for not for long. He's already doubled up on what the average playing time is for a career. He's already made more money than what the average player typically makes, right? And so when you look at the injuries, when you look at the age for when he's available to technically play again, nothing adds up to say that Deshaun Watson will be getting another chance. And like me, I'm not even worried about the baggage. I'm not worried about anything else. It's just strip everything else away. This is the day-to-day business of the NFL. You got a quarterback that's 31 years old that had multiple injuries, season-ending injuries, in a league he's already defeated the salary earners and the playing earners times that said you should have been done a long time ago.
Nobody want to go down as the person that had the worst contract. Nobody does. So he's gonna fight that. Yeah, the problem is he has dealt with some injuries. You know, with the shoulder thing, he looked like he lost some zip on his ball. You know, when you talk about an Achilles, the footwork was the number one thing that everybody always said. Like his footwork, his feet got quiet in the pocket. He didn't have live feet. Now you coming off of an Achilles injury, and you already didn't have good footwork to begin with. Now you got to focus on like that. It's a lot to overcome, but hey, if I'm him, I'd clip what I just said and replay it every day and try to prove it wrong. And I hope he does. I hope he does. Because I don't know how he'll be post athletic career. So I want him to stay in there, make as much money as possible. I want every player to do.
But you know what though? It's important that he approaches this rehab with the mindset that he has it just for the post career aspect of it. You don't know how this might help him grow as a person, right? And start preparing him psychologically for life after the NFL. And so if he has this positive mindset, if he has this mindset right now of I'm going to attack this rehab, and that's making him feel better about himself internally, we don't know what's going to come from that on a personal side of things, right? Because even if it wasn't the injuries that we're talking about, he's nearing the end of his playing days because it's everything he's been through. Yeah. And so he's already got to prepare himself from that. So I just want to see him be, you know, better as a human and better as a man. I can care less about the whole putting on the jersey thing again. Like, that's a wrap.
Yeah, it can't be here. We were talking last year. I would have said, like, they have to get him out of the locker room. I wrote the story about how guys were so.
Well, he's rehabbing here.
Okay, whatever. I'm not even paying that any attention whatsoever. But you just can't bring him back to this team. Period. Mike.
All right, we got our